When I was 12 years old, the first Lord of the Rings film came out. And my friends and I actually went crazy. We spent the next summer running through the forest behind our neighborhood with wooden swords and bows made out of bent branches and string. We had enough kids in the neighborhood to recreate the whole fellowship. My younger brother and his friends were delegated to the roles of the hobbits and Gimli, the short guys. Whereas my friends and I always argued over who got to be Aragorn, Legolas, Boromir and Gandalf. It was a great summer. Running through the trees, hiding in crevasses. Sometimes we'd let the hobbits get a head start and then pretend we were orcs and goblins trying to find them. Actually, once my younger brother hid so well that by the time I had found him, we had missed dinner. We got in trouble for that one. Most of the time, though, it seemed like my friends and I argued over who got to be Aragorn, the strong, bearded, and brave leader with the big sword. He was only a human, but he rocked just as hard as the elves. Plus, I mean, we knew he got all of the elf babes. And every single one of us had the biggest crush on Liv Tyler. Legolas was a good second choice. He could see forever, walk on snow, was the only one with the bow and arrows. Boromir, I mean, he had the fancy horn, but he died way too early. And compared to those three guys, Gandalf just was not impressive. So, of course, every time I rock, paper, scissored for my role, I got to be Gandalf. So I had to run back to my parents' house and get my dad's bathrobe and unscrew a broom handle for my staff. And my best friend always got to be Aragorn, or at least it felt that way. Lord of the Rings meant a lot to us as kids, so the images really stuck. Long after we had stopped running through the forest with wooden swords in our parents' bathrobes, still seemed like in a way we were all trying to be Aragorn. Right through high school we'd have little jokes about it. Admittedly, really nerdy jokes. Like, all of our code words for the pretty girls were elf-related. I don't know if it was all the practice time we got in the woods as kids, but my best friend was the smoothest. He got all of the elf princesses, if you know what I mean. I wasn't like that. I struggled. I'd watch the girls smile every time my best friend smiled or told a joke, and the best thing I could do was get a little too drunk, pick up a guitar, and hope the girl I was singing about liked the song. Or I'd tell some lame joke and they'd roll their eyes and go talk to someone else. I would have gone to the mountains of Mordor and back to be more like Aragorn, to be more like my friend. For a long time I really would have. But not anymore. I've seen how he works. I've seen him sleep around, fall into relationships, keep sleeping around, devastate the one he was with but shrug it off. I can't blame it on Aragorn, but it's what he turned that image into. A handsome smiling face beside an ever-evolving door of beautiful women I would only ever meet once. Watching my friend made me recast myself. Somewhere near the end of college, I realized that I admired Gandalf. Think about it. Here's a guy who always helps out his friends. He's wise, he's clever, and he shows up every time he's needed. He's not preoccupied with his sexual prowess. It's not about the size of his sword. Lately I've been thinking that it's the quality of the relationships that matters. It's not about the number of elf maidens you get to run around the woods with. But I mean, don't get me wrong, if she invites me over to see the extended editions, I am going.